Hi, Armando Roman here with Axiom Founders Family Office in Scottsdale. Question we get very, very often is, what am I missing? And the reason people ask that question is they've been very busy building their companies, building their lives, their families, their careers, etc. And they get to a point where they have a lot in place, but have they missed anything? Is there a gap in maybe the insurance? Is there a gap in the estate documents? Have they not put something in place that could basically sink the ship? So our stress test is designed for exactly that purpose. Have you covered the bases? Is everything where it needs to be? And the process begins by looking at, what are you really trying to get to? It's sitting with you and your spouse and having a nice dialogue, a nice conversation about values, goals, the relationships that matter most in your life, the assets that you have, which often include a very sizable business, as well as the advisors you're currently working with, the processes that you like to follow, and your interests. And the reason interests matter is that that's how you recharge your batteries. And if you don't recharge, obviously it just gets to be a grind, right? So the stress test is designed to look at what you have in place right now today and what are you missing. Sometimes those gaps are glaring and they actually frighten us. It might be that it's a young family that there's one single earner that has zero life insurance. And in the event that that person suddenly dies, that leaves the family in the worst possible position. So again, sometimes those gaps are glaring. More often, they are not that glaring, but they certainly are gaps. It might be that an umbrella liability policy really doesn't cover the things that you thought, or maybe the business is structured in the wrong way. And maybe you're thinking about that next step and, what does that phase look like for you? But just wondering that same burning question that we hear over and over again, what am I missing? We have a more than 200-point checklist designed to help identify those gaps. We have a professional network that meets in our office, which includes typically an estate lawyer, a business attorney, a tax CPA, financial advisor, wealth manager, and others as may be relevant to the situation. And what we do is we whiteboard you up on the boards, on the screens in the room, in the conference room, and all of us go round robin talking about you. Your name is not used, your company name is not used, but the whole idea is that mastermind roundtable where a group of specific disciplines sit at the table to talk about you, talk about your situation, and look at the gaps, the opportunities, the challenges, and the risks that are there that could be very harmful for you, so that we then begin to develop a plan of action. We put a time frame on that, we prioritize that, and then we get to work. Typically takes about 12 months, sometimes 18 months to really go through and get that to be where it needs to be. But the real benefit to you is having that round table of people, that mastermind of experts, professionals in their space, talk about you, think about you, and collaborate with each other for the benefit of your family and your business. I don't know that you have that happening already today. My sense is you probably don't, as most people don't. But I can tell you, this is what Mayo Clinic does. This is what they're famous for. They get experts in the room to talk about you, and the outcomes are just phenomenal. Any questions, give me a call. You can reach out to me through our LinkedIn site, through our email, through our phones. The phone number here is 480-367-9000. Any questions, please reach out at your convenience.